Hello and welcome everyone to the Crown Royal Truck Series race, the Golden Corral 300 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are here for the final night race of the season. Here for Diego Yepez in that number 77, rolling off third tonight. He's looking to lock up a championship. Brady Burkhart in the 99, for him to be mathematically eligible for a chance at Kansas, he would have to finish inside the top 10 for sure. But he has to finish within 12 points of Diego if he finishes behind him. And Brady starting 15th tonight. Matty Porta, who was very close, but now 41 points back, so he's already mathematically ineligible if this was how they finished for Kansas. Porta starts 18th. Both of those drivers going to have to drive through the field. But Jay Jefferson, Blake Maurice, they are a bit further back. But if Diego Yepez is taken out in this race somehow by a crash, which is very unlikely for Atlanta, if you remember back to Season 2, there was a very low amount of crashes. And the race win with Diego winning that race was decided on fuel strategy at the end. Speaking of the fuel strategy, the fuel window, 28 to 32 laps. It's a 65-lap race, meaning if you are one of the early drivers to come in and pit, if this race goes green the entire way, you're going to be running out of fuel at the end of this race. So this could become another fuel mileage race in the CRTS. But Blake sits 51 points back, Jay Jefferson 43 points back, Matty Porta 41, and Brady 26. Everyone is hoping that something goes wrong with that 77 tonight, but it is a mile and a half, Diego's bread and butter. The next two races are mile and a halves, which are what Diego shines on at the most. He's won 4 races this season, 3 since the chase ended at Charlotte. That was his first win, and then he won at Michigan as well. So, everyone hoping that 77 gets a problem. Everyone hoping that Diego can be taken out of the championship or at least dropped back to where there will be a fight at Kansas. Next week at Kansas, the Mountain Dew Custom Series heads in there with 3 drivers separated by only 3 points with a tie for the points lead. That race is sure to be exciting. But the trucks, the championship has kind of come to a lull since the chase came in earlier at Mosport. Diego Yepez has been dominant all throughout. An average finish of 10.39. It is unlikely he will finish outside the top 10 tonight, but we're going to go ahead and go down trackside for the commands to fire the engines here at the Golden Corral 300 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Pepsi and the NSDCA have teamed up this season to bring you the Pepsi Pole Award for the fastest qualifier in all 20 Crown Royal Truck Series races this season. This week it's Blake Maurice at the Atlanta Motor Speedway taking home the pole, looking for yet another pole on his season and looking for that second win in one of his final races for Shade Burkhart Racing and the NSDCA as a whole. With that, 36 engines are fired. Let's talk real quick about Alex Kraft in that number 7. This is his second to last race with Sauber Racing Team. They are removing him at the end of the season for Matty Porta and Zachary Fitzwater next year. But Alex Kraft has really not done that bad this chase run. He's had some bad luck, but this 7 team starting second. He does not have a ride next season, and it is rumored that he will start his own team to try to run next season, but that is not going to work out well, especially with how tough the CRTS is to survive in. Alex Kraft in this number 7, though, a great qualifying performance, looking to put himself out there for the championship, and that is what our race rundown is about tonight. Diego Yepez in the 77 is looking to lock up the championship tonight. If he finishes 12 positions or 12 points ahead of Brady Burkhart, he wins the championship tonight and goes into Kansas not worried about anything. It would be a record-setting 5th win if he could win tonight, which would be exciting. But you also have drivers like Alex Kraft, even Ryan Butcher in this 16 going to SBR next season with a ride. He has to prove that he deserves that 00. Even Alex Peters, who is in that 00 tonight, once again, won last week at North Wilkes-Barre after a crash-filled race. Hopefully this race will be cleaner. Coming down to take the green flag, 65 laps in the CRTS race. The Golden Corral 300 is green flag here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're racing at Atlanta. Already some 3-wide action further back. It is a 1.5 miles, and the package on the 1.5 miles means you're going to see a lot of drafting come into play. Look at Butcher already. Kraft slowing up that outside line. Peter Onjak up there with it. There you see Blake Maurice now holding on over Diego Yepez. That was the championship rivalry heading into Kansas last season, and it was Blake taking home the victory there. Blake in his final 2 races for SBR before he hangs it up for a career. He's out in front. Ryan Butcher second, 3 wide further back. Look at Jacob Edson with the Delta Airlines number 10, the home track for GoDaddy Motorsports. They are based out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's going up to the 3rd position or 4th position, and he's going to take that 4th spot, making a move there, making a statement. And now you got Burkhart working with Brandon Morris, the old partners for Burkhart Maurice and Burkhart Morris Racing. There's Matty Porta moving on up to the front. These guys are starting to get those championship hunts ready. Look at Edson on the inside of Diego Yepez. That is side by side, almost 3 wide for the 2nd spot. Blake Maurice, though, starting to really pull away. And if you remember to the J-Rock last season, the most recent race at Atlanta, it was Blake who held on over younger brother Chandler. Blake right now has the fastest truck of the weekend, could take home the victory. You got Yepez, Edson, there's Burkhart in that 99, just hoping that Brady can bring that luck around, bring to what SBR has done. SBR won last week with Alex Peters, 2 weeks ago with Matthew Eves. Those are not the star drivers on the team. Those are some of the drivers who are the big underdogs in any series they run. Even Alex Peters, 11th in the Crown Royal in the Mountain Dew Custom Series points. He is still a pretty big underdog even there. Still has not gotten a win for that number 11 team. Now Brady picks up a spot on Yepez. He's showing Diego that he is not going to back down. This 99 wants those points. He needs those points. He just has to finish close enough to Diego. Even if it's by 1 or 2 points behind him, that would still be a chance at a championship heading into Kansas. And anything can happen at Kansas. However, Diego, very strong there. Ryan Butcher in the 16, though. He has come alive in the chase. Even though he is not a chase contender, this has been definitely a down year for the 16 team and Ryan Butcher in general. But with that renewed confidence after getting signed to the SBR ride, that 00 that is sitting behind him right now with Alex Peters. And also you see, let's just point out the Red Bull Short Track Showdown champion, Daniel Elliott, your West Division champion. He's up here in that number 3 in 6th. The number 3 is not finished better than 17th this season. This could be a great showing for Daniel Elliott if he could do it today. But Ryan Butcher has come alive. His average finish has gone up by 11 positions since the chase started compared to the regular season. And now this 16 team really on fire, getting up there. Look at the SBR racing trucks, though. Blake Maurice, Alex Peters, Brady Burkhart all running up here. You got Matty Porta in that 20. Porta, Jefferson, Maurice all have to finish ahead of Diego to have a chance at the championship. Porta is just 2 points behind mathematical advantage, but he still is behind Diego right now. Jay Jefferson, he is out 4 points behind the mathematical chance for getting the championship. And Blake, wherever he is, Blake up in the race lead, he has to finish about 10 or 11 points ahead of Diego. So that is going to be interesting to see there. Let's point out one other thing, though. Aiden Burkhart for the 94 team. This is the last race that they can run. Atlanta is the last race that the Cloud Foster Racing Operations 94 can run a race for owners points due to them only having a part-time truck that is limited to 14 races per season. Right now, Aiden, he started 32nd, and he right now is up inside the top 20, up inside looking for the top 15 as he's trying to fight with Peter Onjak, Matty Porta down the back straightaway, and you see the pack just flying down 2, 3 wide all the way through here. And let's point out Alex Kraft not really showing some speed here. It looks like the qualifying trim was what the 7 team did, because right now he is all the way back, just falling outside the top 20, or just inside the top 20 in this number 7 after he started up front. Jacob Edson now in the 10. The Delta Airlines number 10 for GoDaddy Motorsports takes the race lead away from Maurice, now looking to lead a lap, get himself the bonus points. He is also retiring at the end of the season. Now Yepez makes it 3 wide. Burkhart 3 wide with Jefferson. You got Daniel Elliott, Brandon Morris, Ryan Butcher, Jacob Edson, Alex Peters, some underdogs up here. They're about to go 4 wide right behind him. I thought Elliott was going to make it 4 wide. But this pack of guys racing like it is freaking Talladega 2 weeks ago. Now Jay Jefferson in that 48 looking to the inside of Yepez. Yepez pulls away. Alex Peters trying to use the outside line in that 00, trying to show that Wilkesboro was not a fluke for that team. Now Yepez going for the race lead. That'll be even more points that he'll have over Brady and Blake and the rest. If he gets a lap led and these guys don't, that's an extra bonus point. Now you see Morris slow down. Daniel Elliott's slowing down. Blake has already dropped very far back. Now you got the ex-teammates Edson and Diego Yepez going for the race lead, and it looks like the 77 is going to try to take it. You got Jay Jefferson, you got Brady Burkhart still fighting up here. But remember, 40 points to the race winner, 37 to second. Big crash! It's Alex Kraft! Brandon Morris, and they're spinning in front of the pack. The big one here in Atlanta. Early, Logan Cloud, Larry Hagan, Gatlin Downey, A.J. Jones is in it, Alex Kraft is in it, Morris is in it, and when we thought there would not be a crash here at Atlanta, there is one. Aiden Burkhart, I think, got a piece of it, but got through cleanly. This right here basically cements, with all these trucks that'll go out now, that basically cements Diego Yepez won't be losing a lot, even if he does DNF. There is still a lot of cars still clean, but there's Joseph Strigley in the 63. Carson Bowers got a piece of it. Larry Hagan in the 02. Damaged. Logan Cloud as well. There's the 23 of John Dilks with damage. Matthew Eves. A.J. Jones heavy damage. Alex Kraft looking to finish this season off strong. Tib Foster in the 40. His luck continues for Anjato. But Alex Kraft in the number 7 for Sauber Racing Team. They're going to try to repair it for him, but it's been a heartbreaking season for that 7. Mike Cook as well. You got the 84 Dusty Neal. But everyone going to come down, take this early advantage to take some tires, take some fuel, and hopefully we will have some pit crews for the eyes next season in the CRTS. But it looks like everyone will come down. It would be stupid if you didn't. That's a lot of tire wear here at Atlanta due to the old track surface. See Brady come on down, as well as Jefferson, Butcher, Edson, everyone coming into their pit stops. Alex Kraft right there. He's in the second one. You got DeLello, Onjack coming in a little bit slow on those two. Blake really dropped back, and I think he was in that crash. And Alex Kraft, they've retired that truck. It will be Bobby Jones leading us out. I think Bobby is on the lead lap now. Yepez, can he beat out Paul Jackson? Jackson will beat him out. Brady, I think, beats out Jefferson. Matty Porta is going to be up here. DJ Gibson picks up a lot of spots. Zachary DeLello as well, but it looks like a lot of cars are taking themselves out of this one. Peter Onjack, a very slow pit stop, but I think they were trying to repair some damage that might have been on that truck. But yeah, Bobby Jones is on the lead lap. He will be your race leader in the 13. In second is the 84, Dusty Neal. I believe he is a lap down, though. You got Larry Hagan still on pit road. Blake Marie still on pit road. Morris, Aiden Burkhart, Cloud, Strigley. Bit of carnage here that was not characteristic of the old Atlanta, especially even the JROC didn't have that many crashes. But A.J. Jones, Alex Kraft, Tib Foster, Mike Cook, Gatlin Downey all have retired their trucks from this race. And a big crash early on that was not predicted for this Atlanta race. We'll see what happened to bring out the first caution. What happened here was actually they went 4 wide, and Aiden Burkhart gets sent 4 wide with Blake on the outside trying to get around Brandon. Kraft comes up into the 94. They all crash, and the entire back half of the field just piles in. They were running so close together, it was basically inevitable there. Kraft, though, comes up, just pinches him. Morris gets some damage. Eves also gets some damage. So that's a big chunk of SBR and the Toyota teams in it. You also see Strigley, Cody Goforth on board with Aiden here as he was pinched 4 wide. You see, though, when they entered the corner, there was a blinding light from that sunset, so that could be an issue with some drivers out of turn 2. But Aiden did just get pinched on board with Larry Hagan in the 02 truck. He was at the back of this. You see they just go up into the wall and nowhere to go. You're trying to get through, but the entire track is blocked, and you have drivers behind you and in front of you still trying to fly on through it. So 4 wide here does not work at Atlanta. We'll bring you guys back to the action after this caution. Lights on the pace truck have gone out. Bobby Jones, your race leader. In second is Paul Jackson. Paul, he came into this race 99 points out of the points lead. He's the last driver in the chase, so he is out of the championship. Just trying to go for wins now. Diego Yepez 3rd, Jay Jefferson 4th, Brady Burkhart 5th. They are still right there. 6th is Jacob Edson, 7th Ryan Butcher, 8th is Matty Porta, 9th DJ Gibson, 10th Sebastian Kukulon, 11th Alex Peters, 12th Carter Friesen, 13th Daniel Elliott, 14th Jose Perez, 15th Anderson Reed. Dusty Neal is 1 lap down in that number 84, but hopefully he will not hold up the field a lot. DYI still leads us down. That 13, the big underdog this season. Green flag's back in the air. Bobby Jones leads us back down at Atlanta. Yepez going to get held up by Neal, but so will Burkhart. That is what Matty Porta wants to see. Big time, and now Yepez and Burkhart both dropping back. That's not what everyone else wants to see. They just wanted to see the 77. Now Burkhart dives to the inside of him. Neal is so slow. How is he allowed on the track at this point? But now Burkhart pulls on around him. The fans going crazy as Yepez held up. Almost crashed there with Austin Murray. These guys are really slow behind Neal. How is this 84 allowed back out on track? And that will most definitely be a penalty to Texas Star Racing for allowing that. Now Peter Onjak, Matthew Eves held up. But Diego Yepez will drop to last on the lead lap just about. Eli Bright's going to move on the bottom of him. Now Daniel Elliott, we said that 3 has not finished in the top 17. It's just been bad luck and inconsistency. He pulls around, and now Yepez will be last in the number 77, all the way back to the 30th position for Diego Yepez. Not what he wanted to see. Edson's fighting for the lead. This gives Jefferson, Porta, everyone back in this. Now they're about to go 4 wide again. Kukul on Butcher making contact. Butcher actually backs out of it. A smart move by the 16. Great move there. Now you got Burkhart. He's still just inside the top 15. But you got Diego Yepez now. He's getting around the damaged trucks, but there are still some fast trucks ahead of him. But still a very long way left in this race. If this was 10 to go, I think the 99 crew would be a bit more excited. So would the 20 and 48. Right now, both of these guys would be back in the championship hunt heading into Kansas. Brady would be almost up to the points lead at this point. I think he'd be only down by 9 or 10. Where's he at right now? 14th. Yeah, he should be down only 9 or 10 points as they run right now. But the problem here, Yepez is so much faster than all of these trucks. There's a lot of damaged ones, but there's also a lot of slower back markers back here, like Strigley. You got Murray's 04, Aiden Burkhart's 94, Maxwell 5, the 21's even not that strong of a truck, but they can pull out some finishes with that. So Diego's not out of this by a long shot, plus these guys are more spread out, so he should be able to maneuver around them quicker. But, however, if there's no caution to the end of this race, which was predicted this race would go green the entire way, this could be a big chance for those pit crews to step up. Jay Jefferson, Matty Porta, they are second and fourth right now. If they could go on, maybe even win this race, and Diego gets held up on pit road again, gets stuck all the way back, like 6 or 7 seconds behind these guys, that could be big in the points hunt for them. Brady now has a couple trucks to battle. You see the DYI 13, maybe some team orders being played there. Block that number 99. Looking back, we'll keep an eye on Yepez this entire time. He's gotten around about 5 or 6 trucks already. They were the damaged ones, but Dusty Neal is so slow, and he's still on the track. There has to be something. 149 max to 180. That is 31 miles per hour slower than the field. How is he allowed on track? Jefferson in second, Matty Porta in third. So now you see Neal already getting caught again. This could be devastating for the field. Dusty Neal in this 84, there's not even a scratch on him. I think there's just a big issue under the hood of that. And Jay Jefferson, he has to be complaining about that too, especially if Neal goes down and blocks him. But now it's going to give him the race lead right through the middle. That is dangerous. Sebastian Kukulon almost runs into him. You see how slow they got to stack up. Now he's going to hold up Burkhart, so these guys aren't even out of the water yet. Yepez might still be held up by him, but I think he might just turn him that time. We got an 8 truck breakaway now with Alex Peters, Matty Porta, Paul Jackson, all of them going through. And Dusty Neal has been told by NASCAR he will receive a suspension at this point from the Crown Royal Truck Series if he does not let these guys get by at least a little quicker. Of course, we have no control whether he will pit or not, but he could get a suspension from Kansas next week if he remains this slow and in the way of most of the field, just like Anderson Reed was. Now Matty Porta up to the lead. Yepez has some laps led, but now Porta and Jefferson, I don't think Jefferson has any laps led, but Matty Porta is trying to get some laps led, and he should coming off of the corner. That'll bring him back into the points hunt, making him back even with Yepez, with bonus points, and there's Porta's lap led. There you see Carter Friesen, Jose Perez, Ryan Butcher. There's Burkhart as the field goes. Now Neal holds up Austin Murray. So hopefully, you also got Wade and Hagen. They're at least 15 miles per hour faster than the 84, but they will still cause havoc. So the lap trucks, those crash trucks, are going to be big time here. Jacob Edson now down on the inside looking for the lead against Matty Porta. He is looking to finish out his season with a race win. This 10 team will not be returning with Jacob Edson next season. Unknown on who will be driving that number 10 as Alex Benyako is moving over to Shade Burkhart Racing. But Jacob Edson in this number 10, he's trying to hold on, gets to the race lead. He's not running for points. He's running for a win. He's running to close off his retirement with a good note. After 2 wins last season with Monster Motorsports, Diego Yepez left the team. They split up into DYI and GoDaddy. DYI, of course, scoring 6 wins this season out of 18 races run so far. And Jacob Edson, GoDaddy Motorsports, winless. And Edson did not make the chase this season. Only 2 top 5s this season, but he is fighting hard. Porta now going for the race lead. You also got Carter Friesen, Ryan Butcher, and Matty Porta. Zachary DeLello, look at these drivers. Between this top 4 now, as they move around Jacob Edson, between this top 4, they only have, I believe, 1 Truck Series victory. Ryan Butcher in the number 01 last season at Bristol. Carter Friesen, his last career victory came 3 years ago at Martinsville in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. Matty Porta, it's been 2 years for him. He last won in the Mountain Dew Custom Series at Dover. There you see not Nicholas Wade. Ooh. Cody Goforth and Larry Hagen. DeLello trying to get around him. These lap trucks are really starting to shake this field up from that early crash, and Hagen gonna let them by. Now the 24 at least kindly lets them by to the inside. Now Brady Burkhart. Brady needs to get up there and lead some laps. Try to get the most laps led even. He could be a serious threat. Jacob Edson now held up, almost cut off by Larry Hagen, but I think he and Jefferson are going to be able to make it around this time. You got Sebastian Kukulon getting around as well. There's Diego Yepez. As we said, there's no need to worry for the 77. His truck is so fast, he's back inside the top 15 already, especially with the lap trucks still slowing everyone up. And there's Dusty Neal again. Texas Star Racing might be getting a fine from this as well for keeping that truck out on track. 149 miles per hour. He is full throttling it around the course because he does not. He's too slow to even have to check up for corners. So most likely, like every 7-8 laps, Neal will be a problem in the way. You got Matty Porta, Zachary DeLello, Alex Peters, Brady Burkhart there as well. Porta dives to the outside. That's kind of smart for him. That's the first time I've seen that in a while. These drivers usually stick to the inside like Burkhart and Jefferson are doing. Why not just give Yepez all the points you can and choke it away? But Matty Porta out in front. Again, 41 points back. He has never won in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Zachary DeLello has never won in the NSDCA. They're both up here. Alex Peters looking to go 2 in a row. SBR is on fire. But I believe everyone at SBR is hoping this truck wins today. Brady Burkhart, he has not won since early this season when he had the 2 wins back to back in 3 weeks. But Brady Burkhart in the 99, he's up in 3rd. This is probably the strongest run he's had all chase long. He's up in the 4th position. Kukulon, there you see the rest of the field. And there is Yepez. Neal holds up Peter Onjak instead, so it looks like the 84 really going against the Onj Auto trucks today. Now we'll see if Yepez can work around the 24. Goforth, at least as we said, Goforth and Hagen, they had nowhere to go in that 2 wide situation, and neither did Neal at the beginning. But Neal was so slow, and he's still holding up trucks. You see, at least the 24, you can navigate around him. He's not too slow, but still, him and Hagen, depending on what they do to these race leaders, they could still face a problem as well. And you see Larry Hagen is actually on pit road in that 02. They're trying to repair that Evernham 02, so that's good for him, trying to get that truck a little bit faster. At least he understands. Eli Bright's going to run into the back of the 24. To the apron they go. So Texas Star Racing has just so many damaged trucks. We didn't think this would be like North Wilkesboro, but it might just be with all these lap trucks. But look at this top 5. Look at this top 10 pack. Carson Bowers, Ryan Butcher, Paul Jackson, Friesen, Gibson, Edson, Kukulon, Peters, DeLello, Porta, all these drivers, they might have 1 or 0 wins. Burkhart, 3 wins in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Of course, you got Diego Yepez, the 12-time winner and most likely Crown Royal Truck Series champion, trying to catch up. But look at these guys up front. This could be a great underdog performance day. Even with all the lap trucks and everything that we're seeing, we could have a first-time winner in the Crown Royal Truck Series today. if none of those guys do it. Now you see Onjak. He has a fast truck, and I think he's trying to race Diego a little bit, not moving over for the king over here. You got Anderson Reed in the 21. He is the Onjado driver, looking for a championship in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. However much of a long shot, he is at it. Now you see him and Peter actually going to work together to get around Yepez. So it looks like maybe the tire's starting to go away on Yepez's truck. You see Eves back here, Murray. There's Strigley, Cloud, Dilks, Morris. There is the 84 Neil once again getting lapped. There you see the 02. Now he's slower. I don't know what they did, but now Hagen is even slower. So those trucks, Hagen and Neil, might be penalized, might be suspended at this point for how they're driving. And those teams are about to get a major fine for this lap, for these lap truck problems. But hopefully, as pit stops come around, if we can go green the rest of the way, and if pit stops do come around, the field will get much more spread out, so it'll be easier for single or double trucks to make it around Hagen. You see DeLello up to the outside. Porta's going to sit right behind him. Don't know why. Now Alex Peters, Sebastian Kukulon going to get the run. Peters is going to squeeze to the outside. Porta is going to cost himself a big amount of time. Now they split Hagen. Everyone going down to the inside. Kukulon, don't know what he's doing. Going up the track there, you got Jacob Edson, and this pack converges together once again. Yepez is really having to fight the 21 and 44 right now. This pack of trucks slow. Now Sebastian Kukulon's even slower than Hagen, so I don't know what's wrong with that 12 team. Red Bull Motorsports, with Red Bull leaving at season's end, it's unknown what's going to happen with that team, how it's going to work. Now Edson slower. What is happening with Larry Hagen? Maybe he just needed to get in the draft and he's moving, but still very slow trucks here at Atlanta. Dusty Neal in the 84. There's something wrong. He said it. He radioed in. He's lost 2 cylinders in the engine. I don't know how it's still running, but that explains how slow he is. Now Zachary DeLello's pulled away from the lap truck issues, and they're fighting further back. Kukulon, Alex Peters, Brady Burkhart, they're all fighting here. But as they go around, Zachary DeLello, this could be his best chance at his first career victory. As soon as the green flag pit stops happen, the field will get a much more spread out, and you will be able to manage these lap trucks a bit better. Get around them easier. Neil slows up DeLello, now down to the inside. Now Neil is holding up DeLello entirely. Here comes Porta and Alex Peters. They're all catching him, and here they come off the corner, down to the inside. Alex Peters turned into the inside wall, back up the track, up in front. Jefferson's in it. That'll take him out of the championship hunt, and they're going to spin in front of Yepez. Diego Yepez gets through it. Why not? But Daniel Elliott, Peter Onjak, Alex Peters, Carson Bowers, the lap truck's costing him. Jefferson and Jackson pull right down pit road. Bobby Jones was in it, so it looks like there were going to be, we were coming to pit cycles, but with 25 to go here at Atlanta, the lap truck's causing so many issues. Dusty Neal pretty much made that crash happen, and him and Jay Jefferson are being called to the NSDCA hauler after the race. Larry Hagen, he was actually kind of competing with these guys up front, which was surprising. Yepez, of course, splits the middle completely. And now you have Onjado, pretty much over for them. Carson Bowers, Tip Foster, and Peter Onjak all taken out in this one. All they have is Austin Murray left. Paul Jackson has some damage. Daniel Elliott, the 3 truck, will continue to finish outside the top 17. Jay Jefferson coming back out. You know he is going to do everything he can. He has a chance at a championship if he could continue on. And now we have pit stops. This will ensure no more green flag pit stops. We will be racing to the end. Hopefully Dusty Neal's team will actually take the truck out of the race instead of keeping him on there as an actual moving chicane, because he held up Zachary DeLello, Matty Porta, everyone in this field now starting to get penalties. There's just penalties going everywhere here for Atlanta. You got Diego Yepez pulling on in that 77. We'll see the race off of pit road. Somehow we've had 2 crashes. The first one was a bit more. Yepez goes fuel only in the 77. Everyone else takes tires. Yepez fuel only. Maybe he's just trying to make this interesting for everyone, but he went fuel only at a track where tires are so very important. Yepez takes a very risky move. All he had to do, if he took 4 tires, he would have won this championship. But Yepez goes fuel only. How fast will this 77 be? Is he just trying to get those bonus points? Is he trying to get some most laps led? Trying to risk it? but I think Anderson Reed might have actually beaten him out, so that could be a big cost to him. There's Larry Hagan, Jay Jefferson. I think Jay is still on the lead lap, so he'll be up here. You got Matty Porta, Zachary DeLello, Brady Burkhart, Jacob Edson. At this point, it doesn't matter what happens as long as Porta can pull ahead of Yepez by a few positions. As long as Brady finishes ahead of Yepez, we could have a Kansas battle. Now you got Jay Jefferson in here in the 48. Very damaged, a lot of damaged trucks, so we might be just fighting through the lap trucks today. But Jay, he's doing everything he can. He is actually third position. All right, so Jay is trying to get some points here at the end, try to put himself in a championship chance for Kansas, no matter how small. But Anderson Reed in the 21 will be leading us down. Texas Star Racing all over the place with today's race, but Diego Yepez is no tire strategy. That's going to possibly kill him here at Atlanta. And Alex Peters is the reason for this caution, but it was more Dusty Neal because Peters tried to get down in front of Kukulon, try to pass the lap truck of Neal, comes back up the track into Jefferson. Bowers has nowhere to go. Onjak is going to destroy the 25, so that's another 2 Onjado trucks. That is almost their 10th truck they've lost this season already. You see the rest of the field at least gets by pretty cleanly, but on board with Carson Bowers. See the doubles here just fly to the inside, back up. Edson barely missed him, and then Peters goes up, then Bowers hits him, Jackson hits him, Onjak, and the number 3 of Daniel Elliott pile in as well. Edson was so close, but Jefferson was able to get by there in that 48, still has a bunch of damage. Carson Bowers in this one with Alex Peters and many others here in the second caution of Atlanta. Let's get you guys back to the green flag. Under caution here as we're back live, Anderson Reed has actually came down pit road, and they're going to go for 4 tires on that 21. Not sure if he missed his pit stall or what. Team saying they just wanted to get a lap led, don't know why. But that puts Diego Yepez back in the race lead as we're going to be coming around to the green flag here. Right now, Larry Hagan 3 laps down, Dusty Neal 4 laps down. You got Cody Goforth 1 lap down, but Bowers, Peters, Onjak, and Elliott all out of this one now. Diego Yepez leads us down. In second is Jay Jefferson with a very damaged truck. Matty Porta looking to keep his championship hopes alive. He's third. Fourth is Bobby Jones. Fifth, Zachary DeLello. Sixth, Kukulon. There is Burkhart in seventh. Edson eighth. Friesen ninth. And Gibson 10th. The difference between everyone, though, Diego went for no tires on that pit stop. A fuel-only pit stop for him, trying to get that track position, trying to get out of the pack because maybe he thinks there will be another crash, but he is the king of the 1.5 miles. He's won so many races at these, including the last Atlanta race. He has some right side damage on that number 77. Jay Jefferson and Larry Hagan are going to give him a big gap because they both have no hood, so their aerodynamics are trashed at this point. Matty Porta in third, could be second. He's looking to make this a points day. Coming down to take the green flag. We're back racing here at Atlanta. Green flag's back in the air. Yepez is about to get mugged by Larry Hagan. Now Porta gets shoved up by the 13. Zachary DeLello's down here. Jefferson at least has competitive speed. He's still up in second, but I think Yepez will gap him now. Porta held up by Hagan, and that will cost Porta everything. Here comes Burkhart in the 99. Now DeLello and Kukulon, 2 drivers who have never won in the NSDCA. Yepez is pitting. I don't know what this strategy is, but Yepez is down pit road, pulling a Blake Maurice at Michigan, and Yepez costing him everything, his guaranteed possible championship. He's down pit road. Don't know what the strategy is there. Don't know what the issue was. Porta has fallen so far back, but now you got Brady Burkhart up in 4th trying to capitalize. Diego 24th, Brady 4th. If Brady wins this race, he takes the points lead heading into Kansas. Kukulon, though, in the number 12, he won at Chicagoland in the JROC. No wins in the NSDCA in general. Look at this top 5. Jose Perez is up here. DeLello, Perez, they follow the same story. No wins, but a bunch of seconds. Kukulon looking to win for Red Bull Motorsports in their dying moments. Brady Burkhart fighting off Jacob Edson. Look at the 94. Aiden Burkhart is only in this 94 because Logan Cloud, Tim Foster, they want to be able to purchase a charter next season for their team. They want to be able to run the full season guaranteed, and Aiden Burkhart's right now running inside the top 10 could get them a victory. Kukulon versus Gibson. Now Edson down to the inside. This race got interesting up front. There's Yepez. He just got out. Yepez is now 1 lap down, and with no lucky dogs in the NSDCA, that could cost him big time. There's Dusty Neal. He's still going to be here, just messing with the field. Now Aiden Burkhart has passed Brady. There's something wrong on that 99. Do not forget Matty Porta. Basically, as long as he finishes in this front pack, Porta is going to be back in the title hunt. Brady right now, this is the moment he has to capitalize. That SBR power has to come, but now Carter freezing down on the inside. Sebastian Kukulon, Jacob Edson, DJ Gibson. Look at Aiden Burkhart in the 94, driving this truck from 32nd on the grid to a top 5 run. Matty Porta, Brady Burkhart are desperately trying to hang on. Jay Jefferson right now, as he runs, as long as he can finish just a few spots ahead of Yepez, which I don't think he will with this damaged of a truck, he would be able to survive. But now Carter Friesen, Sebastian Kukulon, Jacob Edson. Look at this grid. You also have Aiden Burkhart. You have Bobby Jones. Matty Porta. If he could win this race, that could throw him into a very much bigger realistic shot at the title. He's 15 points behind Brady, so Porta still has to try to pass that 99, finish ahead of him to pick up some spots. But in the final season for Chevrolet, Matty Porta putting them at a chance for a championship could be big. These guys do not have to pit. Remember that. Sebastian Kukulon out in front. These guys pit inside the fuel window. It'll be just about near the end of it, but they are able to make it on fuel with 25 to go. The fuel window 28 to 33, as long as they don't push overly aggressively. I hear another truck. There's Dusty Neal, 148, 149, same speed. Yepez now trying to catch up to Cody Goforth. That's the only spot for position he can gain. Kukulon, Friesen, and Edson, 1, 2, 3. Remember, Chevrolet only has 1 win in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Johnny Zott at Talladega last season. The leader's going to split him. Kukulon gets shoved into the wall by Neal, and that is the final straw. The NSDCA is ready to kick the 84 driver Dusty Neal out of the Crown Royal Truck Series for the remainder of the season, and possibly the Mountain Dew Custom Series too. Look at the implications he is bringing upon this field. But Edson and Friesen have launched away. These two drivers in the swan song of their career. Friesen continuing to drive, but Jacob Edson at the end of it, looking to only come back if we head to the Cup in 2 years like promised. Edson in second, looking to win for Delta Airlines and at his home track in front of the home crowd. Carter Friesen looking to bring Chevrolet its second victory in as many seasons. DeLello there. Burkhart has been destroyed by Neal. So has Porta. And as Yepez was taken out by the 84, so will the 20 and 99. They drop very far back, but the battle is for the race lead. 13 to go. Most likely we will see Neal at least one more time, but Sebastian Kukulon livid on the radio, ready to fight Dusty Neal. Perez and Gibson side by side. You got Aiden Burkhart. Still got to point out this 94. Aiden was kicked from SBR. Right now he is outperforming every single one of them as they run. This 94 is running great today. You also got Eli Bright further back here in that 28. He has damage from an earlier incident, but still fighting. Matty Porta is climbing. He is climbing, but we need Burkhart to climb as well. Brady gets a run off the corner. Right now he sits in the 16th position. A top 10 should be at least something beneficial, but hopefully we'll see those guys catch up. Now Cody Goforth in the 24 holds him up. Friesen and Edson in the 91 and 10 down the back straightaway. Goforth has also been called to the NASCAR hauler. Larry Hagan, I don't think there he is. Hagan's still at least, I don't know, we haven't seen him yet in this pack. But now Sebastian Kukulon held up by his own truck in that 24 of Cody Goforth. The lap trucks really making it interesting. Friesen, Edson, here comes the DYI 13 looking for the 7th win for the organization in 19 races. DJ Gibson, do not forget him. And oh yeah, we got Jose Perez and Zachary DeLello, the two drivers with the most second place finishes in their career before their first victory. Perez, a rookie this season, has been invited to the Jegs Race of Champions based on his performance. Zachary DeLello, a legend of the series, but still no victories. Aiden Burkhart, Sebastian Kukulon, they are still in this fight, but Jacob Edson, 10 to go, pulls away. There's Larry Hagan. He's not too far behind. Yepez, he's on fresher tires. That's why he's kind of barreling through these guys, but he is a lap down. None of these spots matter. He's going to finish 24th if no other crash happens. There is Neal, somehow still allowed on track. Jefferson has fallen back, but he's still fighting. He is only a few spots ahead of Yepez now. Maybe it's enough. We don't know. Cody Goforth still holding up the field. You got Porta and Burkhart right there, but they are catching this front pack once again. This is going to be a showdown here at Atlanta as long as the lap trucks get out of the way. Jacob Edson in the 10, DJ Gibson in the 53, Carter Friesen in the 91, Bobby Jones in the 13, and Jose Perez in the 35 is your top 5. Don't count out Anderson Reed. He pit just before the caution came. We went back green. He is back up to the 9th position. Burkhart 10th, Porta 12th. Porta is fighting. I don't know. He has to get up there and try to win this race, but he's starting to fall now. Now Brady's starting to charge back to the front. He is not going to let Diego roll over and take this championship to Kansas and take it before Kansas. Carter Friesen, Jose Perez, DJ Gibson now fighting. Zachary DeLello's up there. Burkhart has made moves. There you see Larry Hagan. He's passed Dusty Neal, so we will have Neal most likely, or at least hopefully, this will be the last time we'll see him. 7 to go still, so it is likely. Coming off the corner, Jacob Edson for the Atlanta, Georgia native GoDaddy Motorsports, the Delta Airlines number 10, looking to take home the victory. Morris in the 6 as well. He is slow, but I don't think he's as slow as everyone else. Hopefully he doesn't batter. Jose Perez in the 35 to the lead. Uses Dusty Neal as a pick. Can Jose finally win his first career race? He pulls away. He's now going to have to fight DJ Gibson. Neal goes up, and he's going to hold up Edson. Not what anyone wanted to see. Now Burkhart drops back. Porta's going to be back in this, but Jose Perez in the race lead. Can they work around Hagan? Hagan gives him the room. Gibson goes up and tries to fight Hagan, apparently, but Hagan gives him that inside lane. Hagan's going to let him by, hopefully. He will be able to let everyone else by, so he will not be the third one getting a penalty here. But Dusty Neal holds up Jacob Edson. That is it for Edson's day. He's not going to have a chance. Aiden Burkhart in the 94 looking around Larry. He's going to have to dive to that outside to try to get around him. Now up front, it's Jose Perez in the 35. He finished second so many times this season, and he's been in the lead in the closing laps. Chicagoland when he was passed in turn 3 by Jay Jefferson. And last week at North Wilkesboro when he was passed with 5 to go by Alex Peters. Zachary Racing looking for their second 1-2 in the history of the CRTS. Gibson and DeLello both up here trying to contend. They are both pretty much out of the championship. There's no way they're going to make it. But they're still going for this race lead. Ryan Butcher and Carter Friesen up here. This race is going to be exciting coming to the end. There's Brandon Morris. He will be the last lap truck these guys will have to fight most likely. Neal is still pretty far gone for them to have to worry about it. Now Perez, he has to try to get around Morris. Here is DeLello. The top 2 have never won in the NSDCA. They have finished second the most times, looking for that first career win. Can Perez dive on Morris? Morris gives him the inside lane. That's going to be Perez taking around Morris. Now, DeLello, can he get down to the inside? This could be the showdown that the entire CRTS fan base has been looking for, but you also got Gibson, Friesen, Butcher, even Aiden Burkhart in the 94. Matty Porta's up to 7th. Burkhart just trying to hang on inside the top 10. DeLello slows up. Perez, it's been so long. He's been a rookie. He could have made the chase this season if he ran at Sonoma. He might have been able to, but he is out in front looking for it. Zachary DeLello has finished second so many times in his career. He has his teammate, DJ Gibson. They are both returning to those rides next season, and they are looking to team up on Perez. The draft trying to kick in here. You got Ryan Butcher. Now Gibson abandons him. 2 to go. And now they split Morris 3 wide. Morris stays to the outside. Him and Hagan have both been respectful as best they can, so they will not be called to the hauler. Now you see Burkhart. Now you see Porta looking for a move on Aiden. And now Gibson looking for a move on Perez. Coming to the white flag in the Golden Corral 300. You got Zachary Racing, Ryan Butcher, Carter Friesen, Jose Perez. None of these top 5 have more than 1 win in their careers. Well, Gibson, JK, that's Mountain Dew Custom Series. But you see, Maurice, Yepez, they're not going to be a factor. Jose Perez is out in front. DeLello brings the momentum. Can he do it? Off of the corner to the inside. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Zachary DeLello. DeLello, can he clear him? It's going to be a drag race. For the first time in his career, Zachary DeLello, winner in the Crown Royal Truck Series! Yes! He's done it! Jose Perez will finish second once again, but Zachary DeLello He's done it. DeLello, your race winner in Atlanta. Ryan Butcher P3, DJ Gibson P4, Carter Friesen P5, Porta P6, Burkhardt P7. The championship is not over. Brady will be within 5 points of the championship heading into Atlanta, and Matty Porta will at least be contending. He'll be about 20 points out. But Porta did it. But Zachary DeLello, first career win in the NSDCA, and it comes in dramatic fashion. Jose Perez, you see, he's going to take that extra lap. The fans are saluting him. 2 drivers who have never won. But Zachary DeLello, he finally is a race winner. A controversial and exciting race at Atlanta. 2 crashes that were unprecedented based on practice and based on the past. But in the final few races of the season, you got to expect drivers to get aggressive. A remarkable top 5, a battle to the end, and Jose Perez, losing once again 3 times in a row, has been passed as the last driver, as the last pass for the lead to lose the race. And Perez, it's coming one day for him. But Zachary DeLello, it has been over 60 races in his career, driving in across all divisions, the MDCS, CRTS, even the JROC. It has been so long for DeLello, and he is finally a race winner. Everyone cannot deny that DeLello is now solidifying himself as one of the greats of the NSDCA, possibly one of the best counts of a 1-2 finish ever. DeLello has to have at least, he came into the chase with 5 second place finishes, but in the chase it just went downhill. Maybe it's a little too late for him. It could have happened earlier in the chase, especially if he didn't wreck out at Mosport, didn't wreck out at Michigan, didn't have those issues. But Zachary DeLello has finally won in the NSDCA. We thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Crown Royal Truck Series, the Golden Corral 300 here at Atlanta. It'll be interesting to see what will happen between those lap trucks that really cost a lot of drivers their race. Jacob Edson, Sebastian Kuklon, not happy at all on the radio. Dusty Neal, I wouldn't want to be him or any of his team owners. That could be a harsh fine, especially for how much he affected that front pack. Larry Hagan, at least, he kept out of it. There's a warning given to Hagan, but he did stay his best out of the way. But Cody Goforth as well, with team owner Nicky Morris, brought to the NSDCA hauler. Zachary DeLello's burning it down on the front straightaway to a standing ovation of 60,000 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Golden Corral 300. We'll see you guys next time on the NSDCA.